Welcome to Every Animal Has an Owner, a mostly large animal podcast for veterinarians and the people that depend on them.
I am Ashley Petersen. I am currently the IS Prime Director for Medgene Labs. I have been with the company for 12 and a half years, going on 13, and I've done a little bit of everything within the company. But right now, my role as IS Prime Director is to ensure that our customers are getting the appropriate vaccines, that our production team understands what our vaccine demands are so we can keep up with demand, and to keep ensuring that we're putting out the best products that we can to make sure we have optimal herd health with the customers that we support. EHD is short for Epizootic Hemorrhagic Disease that can be very fatal to white-tailed deer. Some of the clinical signs that may be present when an animal is experiencing an EHD infection are lethargy, swelling of the head, neck, and sometimes eyes. They can bleed out of their nose, eyes, other orifices. But in some cases, actually, a lot of cases that I've been involved with, deer are fine when you check them in the morning, and later when owners check them, they're dead. So unfortunately, sometimes there are no clinical signs and no chance to help save these deer. Several years ago, EHD made its way up into North Dakota where it had never been before. And I know farms that lost nearly their entire herd. EHD is transmitted by a midge, basically a flying gnat. And there are 3 different strains of EHD, 1, 2, and 6, with EHDV2 being the most prevalent serotype across the US, followed by EHDV6. EHDV1 is not commonly seen, although last year in 2024, it was more prevalent across the US than it ever has been, at least ever has been recorded. The midge transmits the disease by biting the deer. So it is a host for the virus, and when it bites that deer and feeds on it, it basically injects the virus into the animal. Any animal that the midge feeds on can have EHD transmitted to it. There are ways to prevent and treat EHD. Obviously, our EHDV2 and 6 vaccine is a great prevention method. There are other management practices that should be used along with vaccination to have the optimal success for protecting your herd. These would be things like making sure you don't have standing water in your pens, making sure that you are using insecticides and other preventative measures like that. As far as treatment, if your animals are experiencing hemorrhagic disease, I would speak to your veterinarian for protocols or other deer farmers. The highest prevalence of EHD is typically in the South. So Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Missouri, pretty much anywhere the midge can end up, animals can be affected. And we know that midges can be transported by wind, by hurricanes, by the movement of livestock even. So that midge can end up anywhere, and as long as the climate allows for its survival and reproduction, that midge can transmit EHD infection to susceptible animals.